In a quiet corner of California, there's an old motel called the Blue Lantern Inn. It was just another roadside stop, nothing special, until the day the owner discovered a room that wasn't supposed to exist, a room that defied all logic. This is the story of Room 19. The Blue Lantern Inn was built in the 1960s. The current owner, a man named Mark, had been running it for years. He knew every corner, every loose floorboard, and every leaky faucet. But one night, his entire understanding of the motel was shattered. It was 2:13 a.m. The air was still, the only sound the distant hum of the highway. As Mark did his final rounds, a flicker of light caught his eye from the end of the hallway. It was coming from a room he didn't recognize. Room 19. His heart started to pound. He checked the motel blueprints back in his office. There was no Room 19. He checked the digital booking system. No Room 19. The physical room keys stopped at 18. Yet, there it was, a faint, warm glow spilling from under the door. Confused and more than a little uneasy, Mark walked slowly down the long, carpeted hallway. Each step felt heavier than the last. As he got closer, another sound reached him, a soft, melodic humming. It was a young girl's voice, singing a hauntingly familiar old lullaby. Mark's hand trembled as he raised it to knock on the solid wood door. The moment his knuckles made contact, the humming stopped. Silence, an unnerving, absolute silence. Taking a deep breath, he slowly pushed the door open. The room inside was simple, but the air felt heavy, thick with an untold story. Sitting on the edge of the bed was a girl, maybe 16 years old, dressed in a plain yellow sundress. Her dark hair was soaking wet, dripping steadily onto the worn carpet. She looked up at him, her eyes a pale, calm shade of blue. She wasn't startled. It was as if she had been waiting for him. Mark found his voice, though it came out as a nervous croak. You didn't check in." The girl offered a small, sad smile. "I didn't have to," she said, her voice soft as a whisper. "I never left." Mark froze, the words hanging in the air between them. "What do you mean, you never left?" The girl didn't answer right away. Instead, she lifted a delicate hand and pointed towards the closed bathroom door. "I drowned in that bathtub," she said, her calm expression never changing. In 1987, an icy chill shot down Mark's spine, colder than any winter night. He blinked, trying to process what she'd said. In that single instant, the room transformed before his eyes. The wallpaper began to peel away in long decaying strips. The single light bulb flickered violently, casting erratic shadows across the walls. The air filled with the smell of dust and decay, as if the room had been abandoned for decades. And the girl, she was gone. Vanished. Mark stumbled backward out of the room, gasping for air, his heart hammering against his ribs. He slammed the door shut and leaned against the wall, trying to catch his breath. When he dared to look back, his blood ran cold for the second time that night. The door to Room 19 was gone. There was just a solid, uninterrupted wall, as if the room had never been there at all. The next morning, shaken but determined, Mark dug through the motel's old, dusty archives stored in the basement. He found a box of records from the 1980s, and there it was. A police report from 1987. It detailed the mysterious disappearance of a teenage girl who had been a guest at the motel. She had vanished without a trace, leaving all her belongings behind. And scratched into the corner of the official report, next to her name, was the room number she had been staying in, room 19, after that night. Things at the Blue Lantern Inn were never the same. Guests began reporting strange occurrences, all centering around the spot where room 19 had appeared. Lights in the hallway would turn on by themselves, always at exactly 2:13 a.m. The faint sound of a girl humming a lullaby would drift through the corridors. Some guests even reported hearing a shower running in an empty adjacent room, but no one ever felt threatened. The stories all had one thing in common: a feeling of deep sadness. It was as if the girl wasn't trying to scare anyone. She was just waiting for someone to finally find her story and understand what happened. To this day, the Blue Lantern Inn officially has no room 19, but late-night security cameras have captured something inexplicable. A faint, glowing yellow shadow, shaped like a young girl, materializing in the hallway right where the door once stood. It appears for only a moment, a silent vigil in the dead of night, always at 2:13 a.m. Thanks for watching. If you have a story like this, share it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more unexplained mysteries.